Today we will see if Gemini 3's Pro model will be able to fix the horror survival game made by ChatGPT from the previous video. Obviously in the video it was meant to be a survival game, but I'm low-key feeling some horror today, and Gemini is genuinely good at making horror games, so my hopes are pretty high. Also, I'm sick right now, so I'm sorry if I sound like a clown. But anyway, this is the ChatGPT file, and I'm going to copy the code now. I was really impressed by Gemini last time, so I want to try it out further. So I'm going to explain the context of what's happening, have it make a good prompt for us. We've only ever used ChatGPT to make a prompt, so maybe Gemini is not only good at making games, but also making better prompts. So basically all it did was state the core horror features to implement, which is the atmosphere, flashlight, PSX, aesthetics, whatever that means, sanity meter, procedural threat, jump scares, stealth, audio dread, and then the tasks are to analyze the code provided, which I've already provided here, identify why it failed, rebuild it as a 3D first person horror experience, add comments, and just feel free to change any part of the original code to make it a really good horror game. So let's paste this prompt into this chat, and yeah, let's just see what Gemini can do for us. I honestly think this will be the hardest challenge we've done so far on this channel, because all the videos have kind of been making the games from scratch, and this one is asking the AI to take a failure as a success and switch over to the game genres. So if it succeeds, I'll be so impressed. Before we continue with the video though, I would kindly like to ask you to subscribe to the channel. There are now over 7,000 of you, and hitting 10k subscribers before 2026 would be amazing. Also, I've now launched memberships on the channel. With them you can access all the code from every video, including this one and the previous two before it, and obviously all the code from future videos will also be available if you remember. So if you want to support the channel, thank you. If not, that's not a problem at all. But anyway, let's move on with the video. So Gemini has done coding. I wonder if it will actually make the game scary like last time, because bro, that video made my heart drop so many times, I'm not even gonna lie to you. We have a little section for what changed and why. So the engine shift, apparently when I asked it to make the game, it did it in a 2D raycaster and not a 3D 3.js. Also, there's some little downscaling things of, like, you know, why it looked like a PlayStation 1 game and stuff like that, blah blah blah. Anyway, what's most important is this masterpiece right here. Some of you have been asking me what program I used to run the code. All you have to do to get it is type in VS Code, download it to Google, go into the first link, and then you can just literally get it from here. So the code is 661 lines. I think ChatGPT's was like 2,800. So we do have like a fraction of the original thing here, but I mean, if it's better, I don't really care. So let's save this and let's run this, man. I'm actually so excited for this. All right, so we have Nocturne Woods. We have the usual controls, the movement, shift, run, C is crouch, F is light, mouse is look, whatever. Let me play this masterpiece, bro. Bro, I can't see anything. What? Brother. What is this? I can't see anything. Alright, bro, I'm not gonna lie, from like the first like little bit we've seen, it's set in a forest. There's an entity again. I think though, since we don't have a timer in this video, I think we can try to sort of, you know, perfect the game. So far we've seen, I think in my opinion, that the audio's like cheeks, bro. I think it was the exact same sound I changed in the Gemini video previously. And like, if I looked left, it wasn't looking left, it was like rolling, which is weird. I think it's meant to be like a sanity effect, but it's low-key making the game unplayable. Alright, so I just kind of sends the prompt to brush up the basics. Don't change the camera too much, and just kind of make it normal, but have it shake a little bit when the sanity gets below 10%. Alright, so we have a bit of an idea on how to beat the game. The objective is to find and collect 5 yellow batteries scattered in the woods. We also have the monster, and the only way to get rid of it is to point the flashlight at it and immediately freeze it, and then once we have 5 batteries, we automatically win. So it's kind of like the same concept of the game that I made previously, but it's set in the woods. But the code is done, so let's paste it in. This has changed as well, so I like it that it updated the landing page. Don't let it touch you. Yo, what if I want to let it touch me though? That's the question that they don't want to ask.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we're gonna try and enter the woods, but the game's broken now, so I can't enter anything because the button doesn't work. Apparently it should be fixed now. I hope it is. No, it definitely ain't. I've realised I'm getting a bit biased toward Gemini, I'm not gonna lie, because if this was ChatGPT right now, I'd be like crashing out. Alright, so this time we can actually enter the woods, but there's an error straight away saying to check my internet connection. And I can assure you my internet connection is just fine. So when we actually do get onto the game, it's just a blank screen and there's nothing on. So alright, so the game is not gonna run for some reason. I just can't get it to do it. So we're gonna scrap this game and make another game editing the original code from ChatGPT. I put new idea, new rules, new mechanics, and more horror. So hopefully it comes up with something different. I did like the game. I think the original prompt that I gave it was good, and I think the original code that I gave me was good as well. But hold on, why was it finalized in Blink, bro? That's literally the game that we created in the last video, bro. It's making us It's making us the exact same game as from the previous video. I'm gonna stop it right here. Hold on. Alright, so this time it's giving us system purge, and I am a cleaner setting into a corrupted mainframe. I have to find and delete 3 corrupted nodes. So this is literally like the last game it made as well, but I'm starting to think it really has a fetish for a maze. Like, I get, like, who doesn't like a nice little maze, you know what I'm saying? But getting a bit repetitive, Gemini. I'm not gonna lie, it's getting a bit repetitive. But anyway, let's see, maybe I'm wrong and maybe it's something completely original. Oh my god. That had no reason being this loud. What on earth was that? Every single video Gemini wants to kill my ears, bro. What happened? Let's reboot. Oh, so now we're just dying, I guess. I was literally able to play the game once. Did Gemini just make a one-time game? Like, that's low-key genius. I need something from Gemini to be like original, bro. Because right now we're getting the same concept: maze, collect stuff, and you live, and there's an entity chasing you. All right, so we have a bit of a better idea. We have scopophobia, which I'm reading right, and the concept is that we are paralyzed in a chair in a pitch-black room, and there is an entity sitting across from us. So if you look at it, it gets angry. If you look away, it moves closer, and the solution is you must keep it in a corner of your eye. Scopophobia, we're bound to a chair. It sits in the dark. Don't stare directly at it. Do not look away from it, and keep it at the edge of your vision to survive. Yeah, what do you mean it's moving closer? I can't see it. Is this the entity, bro? Why is that the entity? What? Bro, how did we go from that scary, like, Slenderman looking ass thing to this? Alright, so the night is over. I'm just gonna try it and get it to kill me, I'm not gonna lie. Hello. Alright, so it's really close to me now at this point. Alright. So it touched me. So it touches you when you lose eye contact. Yo, to all my boys out there, never maintain eye contact because you won't get touched, alright? That is low-key a crazy statement. So basically, in short, I just asked it to give me some tasks and just make the entity look scary because, bro, that guy was not serious. Alright, so the code is pasted in. So apparently we're doing 90 seconds and we still can't let it touch us. Like, I'm low-key hoping it does touch us though. Alright, anyway. Oh. Is this the entity? Camera's inverted, bro. When I look left, it looks right. When I look up, it looks down. I'm confused. Oh my, the game doesn't work again. I can't press initiate. Like, what is Gemini's problem? If it doesn't let me on the game at this point, I'll probably just call it quits and hand Gemini the L. Alright, so we're on. What? Nah, bro, you've got to be joking me right now. Like, we can't go into the game anymore. That's actually crazy. We did so well, bro. The entity looked alright. The systems were there. There were tasks. There was a time frame. The game was, you know, made your heart rate go up a little bit. But now we just can't even play it again, and I'm getting tired, bro. Hopefully now we can play this. Alright, so it's retreating, so it worked. Bro, I'm not staring at it. What do you mean? Alright, get back, little bro. Alright, we're gonna beat the game. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna beat it. Alright, go back. Let's repair this one. Let's repair it. Come on. Alright, we're chilling. We've got 10 seconds. We've got 10 seconds to beat it. Last repair. Alright, we've done it. We survived. We've won the game. I'm quite happy with that game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm quite happy. Alright, so I've sent the last prompt. The only change I actually asked for is to make it slightly harder by creating 2 lines at the top where when a system fails, the bar can't reach the end because all the lights go out and you are forced to look at the entity and eventually die. So if everything goes to plan, this is the final game. Alright, so now I can't see anything. That's fantastic. I mean, it did it, but I can't see anything. Alright, I need to fix this error. Because this game is actually going to be playable. Like, this is the final game, I think. I think everything is as it was, but the bars are there on the top. And I like it that the first few seconds, it's easy to actually get over with, because it's like the first night, apparently. If you actually had the code and could make it a proper game, then, you know, you can make different nights and different difficulties for every night, like a bit of a FNAF remake, sort of. But yeah, not gonna lie, it's been like 40 seconds and none of the fuses have broke. Alright, so finally one's broken. But yeah, the bars work fine. I guess the only thing you'd need to work is having the fuses break like more often, in a way. Maybe a bit closer to the start. Game's very easy, to be honest. So yeah, we survived again. I'll give this as a Gemini W. I don't care. Alright, so as I said, Gemini gets the W for the video. The question of the video has definitely been answered. And yeah, it definitely can fix it. Overall, I think Gemini deserves like an 8 out of 10. There's been some problems. There's been like 5 different games made in this video. But yeah, anyway, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't hesitate to put down in the comments what games we should remake or what AIs we should use. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.